Hey, what's up, guys? So in this video, I'm going to take a couple minutes to explain to you guys why I am taking such a strong stance and position against being forced to wear a mask. And that applies not only to me, but to my family and to those that I'm responsible for as well. So I'll start by just touching on that last comment I just made and how it relates to this current situation and my understanding of things. So it has always been the case, at least to me, as I perceived it, that living in this free country called America, it's always been that you take care of your children and family and raise them in the way you see best fit, and I do the same. And part of the problem I have with this whole mask thing is that for some reason, even though in certain areas it may be that laws are changing and that it may become, or currently even be right now, the law that you wear a mask when outdoors or inside other people's businesses, the problem I have is not with that. It's with the fact that the average citizen, Joe Blow out there, has taken it upon himself now to become the enforcer of the law, where this was never the case in the past. The average person is not forcing people to follow the laws. The average citizen driving on the street who observes another person commit a traffic violation or speeding does not dare pull them over and start verbally, chastising them. They don't do that. So why is it that with this mask thing, people have the audacity to come up to other citizens and order them to do something? Say, you must, you have to. So I have a problem with being spoken to in those ways. And maybe part of the problem comes from my past. I have been a prisoner. And in my mind, it's only one or two categories which you must fit into in order for it to be okay that you be spoken to in that way. And that is prisoner or slave. That's it. If you're not one of those, no one has the right to talk to you by ordering you in that fashion, saying you must, you will. That's not the case. You're not boss of me. If you're my employer, maybe that's another situation where I have the choice. I don't have to, but I may consider what you're telling me to do. But it's gotten to the point now where people are actually, really firm in their belief that they're entitled and have the authority to push this law or legislation onto other people. And unfortunately, there are many other people out there like me who are not going to stand for that. Not only that, but we're going to take insult and offense to you daring to tell us what to do. I had a video from a week or so ago where that happened. I took my kids out to eat ice cream, and these employees there started giving me a hard time about myself and my children not having a mask on. Now, I was very nice to them. I tried multiple times to tell them to leave it alone. I understand you've been taught that you must say this. I appreciate that. Fine. But you're not the owner of the store. You're not liable at the end. There's no one else in here, and my family and I are not sick. So if you please just let us do what we have to do and buy our fucking ice cream. And it was a problem. And I took great offense to that. And I remember ending that encounter with these employees there before I ended up speaking to the owner and flipping out on him by letting them know just how foolish they were. That this is not about a fucking mask. This goes way beyond that. I want you to realize that there are people out there, okay, beyond this little community that you live in, this little bubble of a world that you live in, that will take great offense and insult to you talking to them the way you've spoken to me. And not just be offended and internalize it or even verbalize it to you. No, they will fucking hurt you. They will even end you. There are people out there that I know that will reach across this fucking counter and grab you and put you on the ground and end your life just for the way you've spoken to me. So take this as a fucking life lesson. Who are you to talk to anyone else like that? Who are you? Have respect for other people's families. And that's going back to the first point. You do with your children what you think right, and I do the same with mine. That's all I'm asking. I'm responsible for my wife, for my children, for my girlfriend, and for a certain small amount of other females mainly that I take responsibility for. That's it. That's who I'm responsible for. You take care of you and your own fucking families, but don't dare tell me what I have to do with mine. That's where the problem stands. It's not about this stupid mask in its entirety. It's not all that. It's more about you have no right to tell me what to do with me and my children. Now, a lot of people say, well, you don't have a right to come out and endanger us by not wearing a mask. And I say, you dumb motherfucker, if you're that much of a bitch and you're that scared, stay the fuck home. Stay the fuck in your house. That's the same shit as people in jail and prisons. You're scared to come out of your cell? Stay the fuck in your cell. Don't come out. But don't think that everyone else is going to change themselves completely and become non-violent and become fucking, therapists and start communicating verbally and remove violence completely because your bitch ass is scared to come out of the cell. That's not the way it works, motherfucker. You change. You toughen up or you stay the fuck in there if you're that scared. And that's the same shit out here. If you're scared of other people not wearing masks, stay the fuck home. Okay? Now, a lot of you don't agree with me about this. I don't give a fuck. I'll listen to your comments, I'll read, I'll think about them, but at the end, no one has yet even come close to proving to me that I'm wrong about this, that I should just follow along blindly and do things with myself and my children that I feel are not only foolish, but actually harmful. I really believe that. It's such a stupid concept to think that people believe that putting this piece of cloth over your face sometimes, right? You could have it on sometimes. When you're eating, you could take time out, virus will stop. If you're drinking at a bar, you're okay. But then as soon as you get up, you gotta put the mask on and walk. This is fucking nonsense. There's plastic barriers between people everywhere. What the fuck are those pieces of plastic gonna do? You guys are dumb as fuck if you want to believe this. That's fine. But don't fucking push it on me. And don't push it on the rest of us who want to make our own decisions, who want to have the same freedom that those before us had with regard to our families, to make the decisions that we feel are the best. Not that you feel are the best. You're not in charge of my family. I am. And again, just be logical. It doesn't make any sense. Okay? This 6 feet distancing, are you people that fucking stupid? Where the fuck do they come up with this? 6 feet, 5 feet, 7 feet? How the fuck does the virus know the difference? How the fuck does the virus know that you're eating now and it shouldn't attack you? This is nonsense. Look up your own fucking government's data and see. The majority, probably 90%, I'm not exactly sure of the number, likely 90% or even higher, of all the people who have come down and been diagnosed as positive for this virus they call COVID, the majority were all mask wearers. They're all fucking wearing masks all the time. How the fuck did they get it? And you have people like me and my family who have never worn one. I have never fucking worn one. And I'm fine. It's all bullshit, okay? There are reasons that they're doing this. I don't need to get into all that right now. That's a whole other topic, multi-videos on its own. So many reasons for the social distancing and for the masks. Most of you are too simple-minded to understand any of it anyway. So I'll probably not even waste my time making it. But I wanted to make this one to let you guys understand why. And also there are people out there that argue it's their business, they can do what they want. If that's the case, if that's your argument, and those are your grounds for your position on this, then the same must apply to me. Because I'm in my own business, and I have a sign now that says, no masks allowed. Okay? And I expect the same fucking courtesy that those other business owners get in this case. You cannot enter my store with a mask on because I see it as a threat. I advertise that I have cash, gold, diamonds. You are not going to fucking walk into my store wearing a mask, defeating all of my security system that I have in place by me not being able to identify you and you coming in here and fucking putting a gun in my face and taking me away from my family. You're not doing that. So fuck you and your stupid ass fears. You don't walk into my store with a mask. You fucking take it off. I don't give a fuck about your virus. So let's see if they're going to give me the same fucking rights that the other business owners get according to their arguments. And lastly, guys, I'm going to close with this. Just look into the science of this. They can't even prove this virus exists. They can't prove, nobody could prove, no person could prove that cloth masks or any kind of mask does anything to stop this from spreading. No person can prove that. So you're asking me not only to do something that I see as fucking incredibly foolish, a pain in my ass, and makes no sense, counterproductive, actually lowering the response of your immune system, but none of it has been proven. And you take offense if I ask for the proof. Just prove it to me that it works. And explain to me how taking it off sometimes is okay when you talk or when you eat or when you drink. Explain that one to me, please. Explain to me the 6 foot bullshit. Come on, man. I feel like I'm talking to fucking children sometimes. This shit's all fake. If you decide to follow shit like this, how far will it go? That's the question I have for you. At what point do you stop and say, no, I'm not going to do that just because you're telling me to do that? When? And I'm telling you, my point is now. I've reached that point now. I'm not putting that shit on my face. I'm not putting it on my children's faces. That's it. What is that point for you? Or will you continue to follow no matter what? If they tell you this virus is transmitted through any bodily hole that you have, any orifice, and they tell you need to fucking put a butt plug up your ass to protect yourself from this fucking virus, are you going to do that also? Be walking around with a fucking butt plug in your ass all day? I bet you most of you will. Because it's the same fucking logic, man. If you're that stupid that you'll do this, you'll do that also. You'll follow blindly. And I'm telling all you out there, if there are any of you who do not believe in this and are doing it anyway, you have zero fucking respect for me. You're a fucking bitch. You are not a man. Because any real man will stand up. Not only for himself, but for all his own people. And then, if you're a great man, way beyond that. For everyone. For the strangers. I'm ready to stand for everyone. Whoever out there is ready to stand with me, let's fucking do it. Fuck these bullshit ass rules, these laws. Fuck this taking of our freedom away. It's enough. And I'm fucking tired of it, and I don't give a fuck who I have to face to stand there and defend my position with. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.